It's Divas That Care Radio. Stories, strategies, and ideas to inspire positive change. Welcome to Divas That Care, a network of women committed to making our world a better place for everyone. This is a global movement for women, by women, engaged in a collaborative effort to create a better world for future generations. To find out more about the movement, visit divasthatcare.com after the show. Right now, though, stay tuned for another jolt of inspiration.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Divas That Care. My name is Candace Gish. I'm so excited that you've all tuned in to today's program. I'm going to be introducing you to a brand new diva to our family. Her name is Sherrie Cameron, and I am so excited to hear about something that is happening with her this week, actually. So we're going to be diving into that. And if this is your very first time tuning into Divas That Care, a big welcome to all of you. You can check out all of our other amazing hosts at divasthatcare.com. These amazing women have fantastic shows that showcase so many inspirational people that are absolutely empowering, and I know you don't want to miss them. We are so grateful. We are listened to in over 30 countries around the world, and it's because of all of you that, share our program and make sure that we have listeners out there. So, you know what? I'm so thankful for all of you guys. Let's get started in today's program. Sherrie, welcome to the Divas That Care. I am just beyond excited to have you.
Hi, Candace. I'm excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
Well, you know what? It's going to be a great show. I just know it. You and I have had the opportunity to chat prior to our program, and I know that you've got some great things that you want to share with all of our listeners. But before we kind of dive into that, would you mind, kind of introducing yourself and sharing a little bit about yourself with us?
Sure, absolutely. I'd love to. So, again, my name is Sherrie Cameron. I am, first and foremost, a mom and wife. I have a beautiful husband who is a singer, songwriter, producer, and I dabble in a little bit of singing with him. I have two beautiful kids. I have an 11-year-old son and a 14-year-old daughter, both with special needs, so that makes life interesting but also fun. And a little bit about me. I spent about 15 years in the corporate world, and I always had a feeling, and especially towards the end of my career, that I was destined for something more, and that I always wanted something more, not necessarily like I'm entitled to more, but just knowing that there was more in life and more that I wanted to do. And so that really birthed my company, The Pathway to More. And I just am excited about helping other women, especially who want and know they're destined for more, to have more in their life. So, that's a little bit about me.
I love it. And that in itself is so wonderful and inspirational. You are a financial educator. Can you share a little bit about that with us?
Yeah, sure. It's interesting, as I was talking about earlier, that I always felt that I, was destined for more. But, I'm going to say, Candace, I spent many, many years actually painfully stewing over, okay, what is this more, right? Like, what is this thing? And I knew I was destined to support and help people. And, it was really, when I would lay my pillow or lay my head on my pillow at night, I'd be, oh my gosh, what is it? I couldn't really care about what I was doing. Like, I had no passion, purpose for it. And so, I never really thought that I would have anything to do with being a financial educator. But, I eventually left the corporate world, obviously in pursuit of what was more for me. And, I'm going to say money changed. My income changed drastically. And, a lot of circumstances happened. I had to, one of the other reasons I had to leave was to leave the corporate world was because I had to support my autistic son. And I spent some time doing that. And my money changed. And, I met a mentor who helped us sort of navigate that. And that's when I was kind of like, whew, money is huge. It's huge for people. And I just hate to see people, that might be struggling with money or might be challenged with money, feeling like they're less than, or that there's something wrong with them, or not being able to fulfill their dreams, or, aspire to be who they're authentically meant to be because of money. And so, right? And so, Zig Ziglar has a quote that I love, and he says, money isn't everything. But the second part to that is it's kind of right up there with oxygen in the gotta have it factor. Oh, yeah. And I was like, yeah, that still resonates with me today. It's so true. And so I want to make sure that money isn't the obstacle for people to achieve and live their most authentic life and be who they are. So that's how I kind of started going down that path.
I love that. And you know what? We need more people like that out in this world, because it's that we're talking about, because it's a conversation that a lot of people shy away from. They don't want to talk about that. It scares them. Mm-hmm. And I think that when we can have a conversation, it's like, it's okay. You know what? We all have those insecurities. We all know we've made mistakes in regards to money. And you know what? When there's people that can educate us on doing things a little bit better, take advantage of it, because we all need support in that aspect. We don't have all the answers. And when we can work with somebody like yourself, then I think that it's a win-win situation.
Yeah, I think so, Candace. And, in my experience doing this for a while now, I think I've been doing this for about 6 years now. It's interesting, people sort of, they think they're kind of alone in it, and I get this all the time. It's like, it's just that thing I just want to avoid, and I just want it to go away. And it's like, yeah, I get that, but it's also one of those things that, once you actually, I don't know what you want to say, like turn over the stone or turn over the rock, right? And actually look at it and really, from the nuts and bolts perspective, go, where am I? Like, and really get clear on that and get clarity on where do I want to go, right? Like, that's a huge piece. There's freedom in that, and in that clarity, and in that, it's like, I think it's like running a race. If somebody said to you, okay, I want you to just get in this race and I want you to win. And you're like, okay, great. And they're like, okay, run, go. And you're like, okay, but where's the start line? Where's the finish line? Yeah. Where's the end line? Where am I going? How are you ever going to win that race? Right? And so I just love to bring that clarity. And, no matter what the situation is, whether you're, doing fairly well and you get that clarity of, okay, here's where I am, or maybe, you're a little bit more challenged, I still go, the clarity is power. And then once we can start to work on some of the limiting beliefs and the stuff that, sort of sabotages you along the way, if you can sort of get clarity in both those areas and take power in both those areas, it's profound.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? I love that. So now we are going to be talking about some great news that's happening this week for you. You've put together an amazing summit, and I would love for you to share what the summit's about, and then I want to talk about a little bit about the speakers that are going to be talking in this.
Yeah, sure. Okay, I am so excited about this summit, I have to say. So I've done a few of these now, all the pathway to more, and more is really standing for more money, opportunities, results, experiences. This particular one, because I am so incredibly focused and care so much about the moms, right? The moms are out there. We're making it happen. We're working hard. We're juggling so many things. And I really wanted to do something that was supporting moms in particular. So this particular summit is the Pathway to More Summit for moms, helping that busy mom create more money, opportunities, results, experiences, so she can kick into 2021 with some stellar new
awesome.
skills. Yeah, so I am super, super stoked. This is happening Thursday, Friday, Saturday this week, January 28th through 30th. Full day, 26 amazing speakers that are just ready to pour into you. It's going to be awesome.
Oh, that sounds like so much fun. And what a great time to do it. January, a lot of people are like, oh, there's so much going on in January. But it's a great time because this is, I think we have a different mind frame. It's a new year. Some of us have got some new goals that we want to do. And I think an experience like this is a great thing. And it's online. You don't have to leave your home. I know that we're kind of in a different world now, and a lot of things are going to be online, but I love that people can just be in their house. They could be in their pajamas if they want to be, and watching a summit.
Yeah, absolutely. And, kind of the cool thing, too, is it's live. So, you're able to throw in a question and, have one of the speakers answer your questions, right there live. So that's going to be fun.
Oh, my goodness. That sounds like a lot of fun. Okay, so now let's dive into your speakers, because it's a 3-day event and you've got so many speakers. What kind of speakers do you have?
Oh, my gosh. Okay, so many topics. I obviously probably don't have time to go through all of them, so I'm just going to give you a sprinkling of some of the topics. So we've got some speakers talking about having the best health that you've ever had. So looking at mindset health, looking at actual nutritional health, looking at, how to meditate and how to breathe. So we've got a speaker talking about breath work. We've got a speaker coming in to talk about, and I love her topic, Janelle Green. She's talking about husbands need love too, and how to create intimacy and connection with your partner. So I'm really excited about that. Oh my gosh, we've got people, Stacey Berger was another amazing speaker talking about discovering your life's purpose and living a life that you love. We've got people talking, let me see, helping you to stop anxiety and overwhelm as a busy mom. We've got strategies for managing, isn't that a good one? We've got strategies for managing behavior with your kids. Oh, this is a lovely one. We got lifting the lid on libido. So we're going to have some sex talk, which is going to be fun, right? That's one of those topics just like money.
Yep.
That everyone's like, yeah, we don't really want to talk about that, but really they do want to talk about that. So that's going to be fun. We've got some confidence coaches. Grab your self-worth by the horns and own it. We've got Carmel Joy Baird, who was a medium on the hit TV show Mom's a Medium. She's going to be talking about using intuition. Oh my gosh, we've got a power couple coming on, Michelle Bateman and Travis Belanger, and they're going to be talking about...
Oh, I love them.
Yeah, aren't they awesome? I can't wait. They're going to be talking about some relationship secrets for busy moms who want a deeper connection. And we got someone else coming on talking about how to make money on autopilot online for those women or moms who maybe are at home and, want to look at ways to make some extra money online. So, yeah, tons of great stuff.
That is a lot. And to do it all in that amount of time, I think that's absolutely fantastic. I've been to, I've had the opportunity to watch a lot of summits, been to a lot of summits, and I like the diversity that you have. And I think that's probably one thing that's going to be setting you apart from a lot of other people, that there is so much, but it's to the mom, but in so many different ways.
Yeah, I do spend a lot of time every time I plan my summits to be careful to, not have too many similar topics and to really have a good breadth of people. And yeah, I really am conscious and thoughtful about choosing and inviting speakers. So yeah, I'm really excited about this lineup. I have to say, this is going to be my favorite summit yet, I'm sure.
So what do the guests need to have with them when they're preparing for the summit? Like when they're there watching it, should they have their pens and papers? Should they probably be dressed if they're going to be asking questions?
No, no, they don't need to be dressed. You can be there in your PJs and your hair up in a clip, however you want to come, because although it's webinar style, it is live, it's webinar style. So any questions that you have, you can put in the chat, and I will be bringing those forward for you. Yeah, and so yes, pen and paper for sure in hand. All of our speakers are giving away some free goodies at the end. And now I will also mention, I get it, it's like 3 full days, and literally every speaker is just incredible and has so much incredible information to share. So if you can't make some of the sessions, I'm like, hey, I got you covered. So for a very minimal fee of $47, you can invest into yourself and get all the recordings. So probably some of the speakers you're going to want to listen to again and again, or if you have to miss some, you're going to have those recordings to listen to at your leisure. Plus, all the speakers as well have stepped in and given some extra really cool gifts for just VIP upgraded members only. And the last time I checked, they were still making some changes. That's totaling over $3,500 in gifts. So,
wow.
It's kind of one of those no-brainers, right?
Well, that's exactly it. And I like that you said, like, people can be in their pajamas, because this is online, ladies. And we are listened to, as I mentioned, over 30 countries around the world. So tell us the time zone this is in for our listeners in different areas.
Absolutely. So we kick off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, morning at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time.
Perfect. And you're still selling tickets, so all of our listeners can go ahead and get them where?
Yeah, absolutely. If you go to www.thepathwaytomore.summit.com, you can see the full list of speakers there, as well as registering there. I would encourage you, don't sit on it, just because I do have limited seats. And I've had quite a surge over the last few days, and I know the speakers are going to be sharing a lot more this week. So I'd encourage you to go ahead and make sure you got your seat and register right away.
That's perfect. I love it. And you are on Facebook too. So for any of our listeners that do go to Facebook and they're on the different social medias, you are on Facebook at The Pathway to More also, correct?
That's right.
Excellent. And you'll be posting information on there, I bet, about all of your speakers.
Oh, yeah. There's lots on there to see, and you'll get a good idea if you browse through. I've been, putting all the speakers in each day, posting individually about them, and so you'll see lots of information there.
That's awesome. Well, to all of our listeners out there, make sure you go and check that out. I don't think you want to miss that. I know that you were talking about a VIP and doing that. If somebody cannot be there this weekend because they've got other prior commitments, is there a way that they can still purchase that recording?
Yeah, for sure. So if you just register, go ahead and register anyways, just at the www.thepathwaytomore.summit.com. Once you register, you'll go to another page, and on that page you'll see several opportunities to click a button to upgrade to VIP. And as I said, that's just $47. You'll get all the recordings of all the speakers, all these special VIP gifts from all the speakers. So even if you didn't attend it at all, or you couldn't attend it at all, don't fret. As long as you register and purchase that VIP, I will be sharing all of that after the event with you.
Oh, perfect. That is wonderful, Sherrie. I love that. And especially to all of our listeners from India and Australia and through different countries and throughout Africa, you know what? This is perfect. I know that the time change is quite drastic from Mountain Standard Time to yours. And this way, you don't have to stay up all night listening to this, and you can listen to the recording. So I think that would be fantastic for all of our overseas listeners too.
Yeah, awesome. Just another reason I love to do that too. So everybody has access. So yes, please go ahead, take advantage if it feels like it's a fit for you.
Oh, Sherrie, this is great. I'm excited for the summit. I'm excited to hear your listeners or to hear all of these amazing speakers, because I think they all, as you mentioned, have something to share with all of us moms that are out there that, we're trying to do it all. And I think sometimes we just need to listen to these amazing people that can kind of give us some tips and tools to help us through, our busy schedule.
Yeah, for sure. And I find sometimes, when you get to listen to sort of this breadth of experts, it's sometimes something that one little thing that you take away even from one of them. And it's like, wow, it can be just life-changing. I know I've experienced that several times in the past. And, when you listen to people that are so inspiring and have such great ideas and tools and tricks, sometimes it's like that, ooh, wow, that one thing just sort of changed everything for me. And I get excited to think that, we may be able to help people in that way. So.
Well, I think you're going to do that. I absolutely do. Now one of the things I'm going to ask you too at the end of our closing here of our program is that, do you have any tips and tools for our listeners today on any of the topics that we've chatted about today?
Yeah, I think one of the things you and I talked about this, Candace, is that, with something that I'm personally working on, and I think, might benefit your listeners, is that I'm really in that place where I'm really getting crystal clear on my vision. And, when even you're talking about money, but even bigger than that, just being crystal clear on what your vision is and where you want to go. Because I found in the past, I've been really challenged, and you get busy, you get overwhelmed, and things kind of get muddy. And you're like, let's face it, everybody's life nowadays is overwhelmingly busy, and there's stuff coming at you at 100 miles an hour all the time. Especially if you're a mom, if you've got a business, if you've got a career, if you've got, your money situation, you've got all this coming at you. I think that having clarity in your vision is so critically important. And I found it's so important for me, because then I really start to be able to look at, what is aligned with that crystal clear vision. And if it's not aligned with that vision, then you can, very easily start to weed things out. And I found when I wasn't clear on that, and it's just the same thing with money, right? If you're not clear on exactly where you want to go, if you're not clear on very specifically for you what you feel your money is for, not what all the TV ads or, whatever it may be telling you what your money is for. If you're not clear in yourself what your money is for, then, you're going to sort of go astray. And so this is my focus for 2021. And, a tip that I wanted to share with your listeners, really start to look at your vision and get clarity around that. And then I think, things fall into place when you are always connecting back to that vision.
I think that's perfect. And I love that to end today's program, because it is so true. I know that 2020 was a year of a lot of distractions. And I think even myself, I got lost in the shuffle of things, trying to keep my head above water and trying to navigate through this. It's not even a new norm. It's just different, right? And we're all trying to figure that out. And if we just sit back, like you're saying, what is our vision? How are we going to get to that point, and try not to get led astray, not to get distracted by all that other noise that's out there, I think we'll be a lot happier too. And I really think that we'll be a lot happier.
For sure. Let's face it. There's just so many distractions nowadays. So, and I think it's very, very easy to sort of fall off course, especially if you don't have that end vision, and just really spending the time sitting with that and really articulating it, like not just like, I want to make more money, or, I want 21 to be a great year. Well, no, like what, in detail is that vision, And I think then the distractions become so much easier to weed out, and you can actually start to feel like you're accomplishing things and moving forward. So,
yay!
Yeah, that is my
that.
wish and my hope for your listeners, yes.
Aw, thank you so much. Sherrie, I had such a great time today. Thank you so much for sharing all the amazing things that you're doing. And you really are supporting women out there and empowering them. And that's what the Divas That Care is all about, is providing that for as many positive things as we can out there in the world right now. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Candace. This was such a treat chatting with you and your listeners, and thank you for what you're doing. And it's just so great to have conversations with like-minded people who just really do care and want to contribute to the world. So thank you for all that you're doing.
Aw, that's awesome. Thank you. And you know what? I want to do a big shout out to all of our listeners. It is because of all of you and the support out there that we've continued to do our program. We're kind of going into our 11th year here, and it's beyond I'm amazed and I'm grateful and I'm very thankful. It's because of you that we are listened to in over 30 countries, as I mentioned now, and we keep on sharing these stories. And I love that, because all these women that are on the Divas That Care, they've come onto our platform to share incredible stories of inspiration, and they are really empowering all of us. So I want to thank all of you guys for continuing to be a part of this journey of our movement. So thank you, and thank you to our amazing guest today, Sherrie Cameron. And you know what? I hope that you guys all have an amazing day and that you do something kind. And until next time, take care.
Thanks for listening. This show was brought to you by Divas That Care. Connect with us on Facebook, on Instagram, and of course on divasthatcare.com, where you can subscribe to our newsletter so you don't miss a thing.